David Goggins. You got to be living under a rock if you haven't heard about him, or at least seen one of his videos, whether long form or short form, or most likely on someone's podcast, because he's been doing the rounds and he's incredibly inspiring. So I want to break down 5 key takeaways from David Goggins that we should all think about implementing in our own lives. Now, the first thing is to embrace the struggle. Life is tough. It often smacks us square in the face, and it's almost impossible to live. Well, it is impossible to be able to navigate your whole entire life without being able to work through some form of struggle and build mental resilience. So the lesson in all of this is to embrace that. See setbacks as lessons, see setbacks as opportunities to help you build yourself and move forward, instead of seeing setbacks as something that's going to hold your progress and something that's insurmountable in your life. Now, the second thing is to maintain a relentless work ethic. If you look at Goggins, who's achieved incredible things, or you look at any other high achiever, whether it's Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, or anyone in between, these guys are absolutely relentless. They don't stop. They work round the clock, and they put in more than they know anyone else is willing to do. When you have that type of work ethic, you're just unstoppable in life, because it's so rare. And in this era, it makes you different. You actually have a differentiator if you're willing to work hard. So be that person that sets yourself apart from the crowd simply by having that relentless work ethic. The third thing is to cultivate mental toughness. Now, when we think about mental toughness, a lot of us can understand the concept of it, but we don't think about how to actually build on it to make sure that we cultivate and build mental toughness and build mental resiliency. And the only way to do that is by getting out on the practice field and actually doing reps, which means putting yourself in uncomfortable situations all of the time, which with that exposure over an extended period of time changes the way that your brain thinks and operates, and it reconditions you to get used to operating throughout those tough times and operating through those challenging situations. So you're ultimately reconditioning and rewiring your brain to be prepared to weather those storms moving forward. The fourth thing is to practice accountability. Goggins often talks about the accountability mirror and being able to look at yourself in that mirror and hold yourself accountable to, what have I done today? Have I pressed forward? Have I persevered? Have I relinquished anything? Or have I always found a way to get a step ahead? You've got to be able to look at yourself in that mirror and hold yourself accountable. And if you haven't done what you need to do, you need to get back out on that field and get it done. And that's ultimately Goggins' mindset. It's no excuses. It's finding a way forward in any given scenario. The fourth thing is to emphasize self-improvement. A bit like I just touched on, you've always got to be able to move forward. So you've got to read the books, you've got to listen to the podcast, but then you've got to take intentional actions to make yourself better every single day. You can't get better at running if you don't run. And having that discipline to get out there, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, or whether the weather is great, that is the difference between elite performers and others. Is no matter what the circumstance is, they get it done and they have the discipline to do it, whether they feel like doing it or not. Those are 5 core lessons. I hope they were helpful in some way. Looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Stay tuned.